Hey, what's up, everyone? It's the bald guy that Darian shouts out at the end of his profiles when he remembers. My name is Keegan Smith. I top 8'd the side deck remote duel regional this weekend. 114 of the most prestigious duelists in the country, so you know I had to top 8 it. It was a pretty chill event. Had a lot of fun. Talked to my friends, in Discord between rounds, keep me from getting bored. Shout out to anyone who talked to me today because I really needed it for a sanity boost. Man, some of those rounds went a little bit long in time. Overall, though, the deck performed very well. Played branded Tearlament. Everything ran just great. So get right into it. Alrighty. So we played 3 Aliber, 3 Tragedy, and an Ad Libitum. Pretty self-explanatory. Ever since Albaz Strike came out, these cards have been very, very good. Aliber such as Branded Fusion. Tragedy, pitch it off Sharon to add Aliber and mill 3. Ad Libitum, great with Brandon Red and Polymerization. Overall, wouldn't change this ratio at all. Performed great. Played double Fallen of Albaz. Your card you send off Branded Fusion pretty much adds Foolish Burial to your deck, which is great. Functions very well with both engines. And yeah, it just helps you slam Mirror Jades more and more and more. And Mirror Jade is a house of a card, so Albaz was great. We played triple Hoffinas, triple Sharon, double Merly, and Rhino Heart. So the reason that these two are at 3 and these are not is that these are not normal summons. They don't take up any other part of your engine, and Aliber is going to be your primary normal summon, not Rhino Heart. These are searchable if you ever need them off Kit Kalos plus the field spell. So if you need access to these cards, you'll have it. But these are the ones you actually want to draw. Hoffinas just helps you go super plus because you plus in your opponent's turn and your turn. And then Sharon can pitch Tragedy for that play to add to add Aliber. And yeah, overall, performed great. 9 names instead of 12. Performed just fine, honestly. I wouldn't change the ratios on those at all. We played triple King of the Swamp. Discarded to add Poly, and it's a fusion substitute. So there's times where you'll make a Lubellion with your Branded Fusion, and instead of having to put back your Albaz, you can actually leave the Albaz engraved for your Branded Red to be live, and put back this instead to help make your Mirror Jade. So there's little cute interactions with this and the branded package that came up, I think, twice today. So that was cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't work from Banished. So if you end up banishing this card with like an Albion, you can't put it back with Lubellion to be Albaz later. So that's kind of awkward, but that's just old rulings and how the card works. Played 1 Snow. You send it when you make Albion with Branded Fusion, so you can Foolish Burial this card whenever you need it, or you just mill it off a tier. Overall, just a fantastic card. Probably should be banned. It's really, really, really good. Helped me dodge Skill Drain today, which I didn't think would come up, but yeah, it turns out people play Floodgates at all times, so you always got to have some kind of out for them. Triple Branded Opening, triple Branded Fusion. Not a whole lot to say here. This tutors for Aliber or Tragedy if you already have Sharon. This helps you make Mirror Jade and is also functionally a copy of Foolish Burial. And we have double Branded in Red. Helps you trigger your Ad Libitum. Lets you fuse on your opponent's turn. Just adds extra pieces of interaction. Make Guardian Chimera in their turn. Most of the time I use this as a trap card, but there was a few times where it came up on my turn as well to help make like a Lubellion on my turn and not go too neg. So yeah, that package felt fine. We have Terra and triple Primeval Planet. So in the mirror match, this is pretty much the best card you can possibly have because it, every fusion already pluses you, and then this just pops a card as well. So just adding the extra piece of text to every card that says also destroy an opponent's card is really, really good. Consistency booster, buffs your guys, just does everything. This card's fantastic. 1 instant fusion. Most of the time I was just summoning Kit Kalos with this. Sometimes you'll leave the Kit Kalos on the field when you Branded Fusion for Albion. Since you already have a Snow Engrave, you can just freely mill 5, and if you hit a name, cool. If not, not a big deal. Just keeps material for your Snow. Yeah, great card. 1 Poly for the King of the Swamp. Most of the time making Chimera going second and then going first, just toolboxing into whatever you need it to. Yeah, just nice, good fusion enabler. And then we don't play hand traps, we just play board breakers. Only 6. It's still a 50% chance to draw 1 in 6 cards, even though I'm playing 43, so I think that's just fine. This deck kind of has the problem that Branded had last format as well, where the amount of hand traps you need to play to actually matter is around 12, and you really can't afford to do that. So you'd rather just play more cards to make your engine live and a couple board breakers as opposed to trying to, make a bunch of concessions for hand traps that aren't actually live in your hand. So the general idea in this deck is that you want as many cards to play with as you can in any given hand, and then you just, push through your opponent's cards with just raw power cards, and big stats. Honestly, the battle phase is like the best form of removal in this deck, especially against Sprite, because your cards are just bigger than theirs, so you can always just, they have 2-3 negates, who cares? Battle phase, punch, 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 and then make all your plays in main phase 2, and then you just blow them out. For the last card in my deck, one Soliek. I played this and Meta Noise, but over time I found that I just wasn't ever searching Meta Noise. I was almost always searching this. And overall, I think it's better into the field. Even against rogue decks, it comes up a lot. The imperm is permanent as well, which is like really, really relevant, because like I hit a redoer with this, and my opponent kept trying to use it on my turn, and I kept having to remind him that no, that card's not live anymore. Overall, just a great card. Highly recommend Soliek. For the extra deck, we got a Kit Kalos and a Kaleido Heart. Pretty much all you need. You have Dragus Tapelia to put this back anytime you need it, so honestly didn't really come up that I needed it. Or Lubellion as well. So like this got banished at one point, so I just made a Lubellion and put this and the Albaz back in my deck, and then made a Mirror Jade using this. So you only need 1 and 1 with the branded package. I'd probably play 2 if I wasn't playing branded, but overall they performed just great. Double Albion, Lubellion, and Mirror Jade. So people play the Albatis, or however you say that card's name. I think you just play double Albion, because this can set branded in red or branded fusion, whereas the other dude can only add instant fusion or branded fusion. So I think just the double Albion is better. You actually will summon this card off branded fusion when you send Snow, so also it's a card you actually will summon sometimes, whereas the other dude is only a material to send off Mirror Jade. But yeah, these felt great. When you make Lubellion, you go really plus, you send Tragedy and the Albaz, or a Tear and the Albaz, and then you just get an extra effect to go with this one, so you can chain block it as well as keep card advantage. Mirror Jade's obviously just a house. It has been for forever. This card's broken as hell, and engine felt really good. For the Despia fusions, one Quiritis and double Masquerade. Overall, these cards were just fine. Masquerade's a lot more relevant than it was in past formats, just because of the stats. 2500 wasn't really impressive with like Baron de Fleurs running around and all the big Sword Soul guys. He was pretty small. But now with Toad, I mean, he's bigger than Toad, he's bigger than Elf, he's bigger than all the sprites in defense. This card's actually like kind of hard for them to out with just raw attack points. Because 2500 randomly is good again. So and then in theory you can make double Masquerade in certain matchups to force them to burn themselves out. Honestly, I didn't do that a whole lot today. In Sprite, it's okay though, because if you do 2 starters, that's already usually around like 22 to 2400 life, and then you keep paying 12 past that. It stacks up eventually, but honestly, I don't think that's like the best part of this card. It's just the stats and the fact that it's sticky and it summons itself back. Quiritis, only made this twice today, but both times it just ended up instantly winning me the game. If there's any big link monsters you can't out, you just make this dude. So I made a 0 Boros with like 20 banishes or whatever. Make this, put it to 0, punch over it, no problem. This card was fine. And then double Dragus Tapelia lets you put back your resources. Super free to make. It's a monster negate, as well as a the counter also puts the card to level 1, so that's super relevant against the Punk deck, against Sprite, Math Mech. There's a few different matchups where levels matter, and when levels matter, this card's really good. Probably my favorite card in the deck. It's easy recursion, good effect, good stats, just overall a great card. One Garura makes your Super Poly really broken. This card was a mistake. One Millennium Eyes. I didn't make this card that much. It felt very win more when I did make it, honestly. Like there were already hands I was winning the game either way. When you get to instant fusion for this, you feel really good because your branded fusion is almost guaranteed, because this will trade with the Ash Blossom. But I mean, honestly, I don't know. Every hand I drew this, I was already like, if I already have branded fusion and instant fusion, I feel like I'm not losing anyway. It's fine. One Guardian Chimera. Typically your play going second when you make King of the Swamp, and maybe normal Alibur, beta Hand Trap, then just make Chimera. Card's really big, hard to out. When you make it with Poly, it's non-targetable. So like in the mirror, it's really hard to out. Sprite has a hard time dealing with it. Just a great card overall. Pop draw, go plus infinity. Great card. And then I was worried about Sprite playing Ibly, so I played one dark. just on the off chance that I got stuck with an Ibly on my field. It's not the worst card to make in general, but honestly, most of the time I was locked under fusion or opening, so I didn't really end up making it very much, if at all. I don't think I made this card once today, but just didn't want to get cheesed, so I figured I'd have some kind of answer for it. Doesn't look like the Ibly build is very popular, but just on the off chance I run into it. For the side, double Crow, triple Golem. Side this against Sprite and Tier pretty much every time. This hits your Ronin Totem. These tribute over the tiers to turn off the trap cards or the big bodies you can't get over. It's also a big body, but it's a lot less threatening than something like Kaleido Heart. So, yeah, overall these performed just great. Then one Galaxy Cyclone. Idea here is that if I think my opponent is likely to side into Mystic Mine, I want to have it out somewhere in my main and side. So siding one feels okay. It's a decent card. I don't know. I probably wouldn't play it if mine gets banned, and hopefully it does, so we can just fix the format without having to play stupid cards like this. But it is what it is. Triple Twin and a Harpies. Oh, probably should throw this in as well. A reboot just for backer decks. Eldritch, any rogue stuff. They play a lot of floodgates, so you just want to be ready for stuff like that at regionals. Because when you're not prepared for stuff like that, you get cheesed and lose. Double Judgment. So whenever I went first, I started at the 3 Dark Ruler and put in 2 Judgment and a Galaxy. Again, just for cheese protection. Didn't want to lose to some, game 2 Mystic Mines. Yeah, these perform just fine. This could be a pointer, but honestly, like there's sometimes where you have hands where you have to play every card in your hand. And you just get stuck in this weird situation where your pointer's not live, and I just didn't want to have to worry about that, so just played Judgment. And it worked fine all day. And then triple Deck Devi, FTK Sprite, Exosister, Math Mech, a lot of rogue decks. Rika apparently is a thing now, so have this for Rika. Yeah, overall, just a great card. I didn't have a drawing this at all today, but my last 2 regionals I played in, every time I drew this card, I won the game pretty much instantly. So, yeah, that felt great. So yeah, overall, had a great event, good time, made top 8, which is nice. Honestly, wish my record was a little bit better. If I conceded a little bit faster against Scareclaw, I 100% would have killed him that turn if or the next turn if I had time. But unfortunately, between reading his cards and him putting all my cards in defense, I was not able to kill him in time. But it is what it is. I'll still take the 8th place. So yeah, shout outs to the TDS boys, the Wranglers, anyone who's stuck it out with me today. Help me keep my sanity. And yeah, with all that being said, have a great day, and thank you for featuring me today, Darian.